The story of Andrew is an inspiring story for us. It's a story where we have really contributed in changing someone's life. Andrew has been in the business for over 34 years. He started as a service champion, grew through the ranks, and throughout this, he's been someone that's really been inspiring and wanting to win all the time. Today, he runs his own service station.
1995, I got a job as a petrol attendant. I worked for Mr. Nicholson till 2011, where he sold the business to Mr. Kasim Saluji.
We met Andrew in November 2011 when we took over the site. We then took him into the office and started training him to become the manager on site as well. Shell was going on a transformation system, and whereby they wanted to appoint previously disadvantaged people into the business. I then told the district manager at that time, why doesn't he consider the frontline staff of Shell, because they have the knowledge and background as to how to operate a service station. He then considered him and took him into the whole program, and it lasted until 2016, whereby he was then awarded the site, which we are very proud of.
I was introduced to Andrew in February 2017 when he just got appointed as a retailer at Shell. Andrew was a go-getter from the beginning. He knew what he wanted. He came with a lot of experience. I helped him in terms of having an activation at the site, making sure that we have the community know about what Andrew's place is all about.
Andrew is a local in Kagiso. I think all his employees are from Kagiso, so a lot of his staff draw from what he knows. They trust him a lot, so do I. So he created a relaxed environment for everybody.
Andrew and I met in 1993. I was 18. We met in Rantendal when he worked as a petrol attendant, and I worked as a domestic worker. I'm not educated, so I thought to myself I was going to be a domestic worker forever. Before Andrew was out at the site, our life was very difficult. He used to be a different person than what he is now. Andrew actually changed when we got involved to the church with our spiritual mother, Mrs. Sibisi.
Andrew's mom brought Andrew here because my son got so many problems at work and his life, and his house got no peace. She brought him in, and Andrew started to join the church. And then the wife followed, and the son followed. The daughter, Angie, also followed. I'm very, very happy because his life has changed a lot. The biggest change I saw in him is how he loved his wife. Amen.
At home as well, it's just generally a more calm environment. Like, the stress has gone down immensely in my parents. The site has really helped. It's not just financially, but also just our general family atmosphere has just shifted completely. We're able to afford things that we never used to. So like my baby brother, his life is a dream. Like things are much easier.
Sir, it's time now. Come. Wakey, wakey. Get me glasses, please. I can't see what I'm mixing here. Maybe I've put salt instead of sugar here. Thank you. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's better now. Wizard! What's that? Okay, push up. Oh, you're gonna get the merits.
He has changed a lot. He has changed a lot for the better. Now he's a father, now he's a husband. You know, whereby he used to be just a man.
Exit. What do you want to be?
A shell worker.
A shell worker. Or you want to take over from me? Huh? When I retire, you're taking over. Oh, okay. The total staff members I've got on site, they are 30. I feel responsible now. They are my kids. You have to take responsibility as well.
The workers, they feel like family to us, and they will take nice, good care of that place.
Kagiso service station is feel like a home now. It's feel like this is where I belong. I am part of the business that achieve lots.
They are even partners in this business. I treated them well, they treated me well.
Business and government has to work together to change the trajectory of the economy of this country. Government has to play a big role there to create enabling environment, but also business has to look at itself in the mirror and says, are we in this just for profits? So there has to be collaboration, and we have to sing from the same hymn sheet in understanding that this nation needs to move to a better place.
Andrew and I from humble background, and when he told me that, hey, things are happening, I have now been awarded the site in Kagiso, and I'm going to start running my garage. And I said, don't forget the eggs. And he said, okay, I'll give you a shelf. The poultry farming, it's a very challenging business. As a small farmer, one would not make it without the help of people like Andrew, Kasim, the shell. If we would just be helping each other around the community and the farmers around here, our lives would improve. I'm grateful that Andrew has made it possible for Shell to see the value in supplying local farmers.
Andrew is a good inspiration and a good mentor, because if he can do it, I can do it. If he began this way, why not me?
Mr. Mulife has been a mentor to me. I told him already that one of the days we had a child, not only a boss to me, he's like a father and mentor to me. It's kind of like the very same way I started. When I started working at the garage, I was a petrol attendant, became a cashier and a manager.
In the South African context, business can't look at itself just to be in it for profits only. Business has to be playing a role where you create jobs, contribute to the economy, but at the same time, how do you partner with society? Station to Nation for us is our interpretation of transformation.
We went to this business plan for Shell at Sun City. There is an award for all the sites in South Africa.
The Shell Awards, it was an amazing feeling. Andrew started, I think it was March, April in 2017, and I started in January 2017 as a territory manager. So it was the first for the both of us. I was sitting around, but eye level that I could see him.
It was a holiday with my wife as well, because we never had that before.
You know, we were sitting there. At first, I didn't understand what was happening there.
Now they were calling names, you know, the best site, gold site of the year, top 10 and all that, you know. I was just sitting there with my wife.
Okay, when they called us, he looked at me, I looked at him. He said, what did they say?
I was just looking for the owner. From there, it clicked on my mind, Kagiso, it's me. Yeah, that's where I was so happy. It was amazing. It was an experience I'll never forget. And you don't show that picture.
This is where you started. You even have the cap on.
This is not a museum. Yeah, but it's me.
You look weird.
Yeah, it's
My favorite one. I never even dreamed of going to Dubai.
Oh,
You were like,
oh, your mom.
Mom, you were like,
I don't know, but I feel that the hotel I stayed in, it was one of the best. I just felt like a queen. Yeah, we worked very hard. So, yes, we were a bit surprised when we won that award, but at the end of the day, we sat down and realized that, yes, it was through our hard working to change that place in a year, because it was only in a year's time. If we can have more sites, if we can be able to create jobs for our community, to make life better for the people in our community. For what it has done to us, I can imagine that what it can do to the others as well.
We have 600 service stations that we operate. So we are a very big employer of people, creator of jobs, and we run a business that really is important to keep the economy functioning.
With a lot of advice from Andrew himself, we've been able to track a plan year on year for himself.
I wish all the best for him and his family.
I hope that he gets to have another site or a couple of sites, because, his commitment and dedication and his people skills really is something to be commended about. He's really good in the way he communicates with people. He's an effective leader.
If there's anyone who deserves this, it's them, honestly, because they're very selfless. They're those people that will give up their last just to help someone else. So it's nice to see something happening, something good happening to them for a change.
I believe and I feel that a funeral, you can divorce and marry again, but you can't bury again. My name is Lunga, surname Femwana. I'm a funeral agent based in Mthatha branch. It's amazing actually how I get into FBOP. I was in PE. I had then a green BMW and I was approached by a gentleman and he asked me, don't you want to assist us this weekend with your car for a family car? And I cracked a joke, I said, must that people also pay? And he said, no man, come on, be serious. So fine, I'll do it for you, but I don't want money. And then he told me the story of FBOP, that they outsource other stuff to develop the local community, things like that. Then the Monday, they called me. Now I went to PE office and they said, no man, we want to offer you a job. And that's the way how I get into the structure.
For us, everything starts with our policyholders. We are a mutual assurance society. It means that FBOP is owned by its policyholders, its members. And that's the difference between us and other companies.
I am Tembe Mbanza. I've got 2 children. I am a qualified civil technician. I've started in FBOP in 2002 as a casual driver in Durban, but due to the health problem, I have to leave my career. In 2017, FBOP recognized me that I can now run the branch as a manager.
Currently, we've got over 6 million members, more or less 350 branches throughout South Africa, and we want to grow our business specifically in the rural areas.
My journey with FBOP has been so great to grow me as Tembe. They are not just doing themselves, they are doing a journey also to grow our businesses.
When I received the call from Mr. Adrian Bester, Lunga, we need you urgent at head office. And he said to me, Lunga, we are going to bury Mr. Nelson Mandela. We trust and I trust in you and believe in you. That was now stress. To be able to give him this opportunity to bury the president from the company, have that trust in me. It was really amazing. I believe in God, and I said, that's God's will for me to do that.
They're working for themselves, and that's the way we can empower the people of South Africa. We supply all the infrastructure in terms of the building, the furniture, the stock, the vehicles and so on. Lunga appoints all his own people.
I don't believe there's other companies like FBOP who gave you the golden opportunity to be able to run your own business.
We enable an entrepreneur to set up a funeral business without that person really have to employ any capital or not much capital. It really creates opportunities. We tend to want to get involved in the community. We also know that it's important that you understand the community that you serve. Umtata today is the largest FBOP branch in the country and is being run by someone who started with us at the very bottom.
I walk FBOP, and I'm serious about this one. I sleep FBOP. I talk FBOP. I die FBOP. That is Lunga Mpengwana. And that is for real.
Education is very important. So in 2011, we established our foundation. One of the biggest challenges in our country is education. The backlog is just too big for our national government. It's virtually impossible, they can't do it. So then we decided we want to start donating container libraries to underprivileged schools in South Africa.
When I arrived here in 2017, reading was a major problem as an English teacher. Once reading becomes a problem, all other subjects, they can't because they have to read to learn. So when we received this library, I saw a great change.
My name is Misabia Abubakar. I'm 13 years old. I study at Dr. B.W. Vilagazi, JP Primary School. There was a library near to my house. You have to wait in a queue. The queue was so long. Actually, I never get every information I needed in that library. So this library helped me very much. I got every information that I want. It's changed my life so much.
This school is ours because my grandchild is schooling here. The school has improved because we didn't have where to go and the children to go and fetch their books. It's far away. So now in this community, it's very dangerous for a child, a girl or a boy to go and fetch the things there. So now it's very easy. It's very easy and quick for them. They're learning, even the language, they improve. My grandson used to tell me, Granny, we're learning a lot from the library.
A reading nation is a winning nation. You cannot win whereas you don't read.
The introduction of sounds is very important. You find an educator, if she doesn't introduce sounds at an earlier age correctly, then the child would have a barrier as he moves along. It is very important to read even after hours.
We put in more or less 3,000 books, and we also partnered with the Department of Education, and they're guiding us what kind of books we could donate.
The government has allocated the biggest part of its budget to education, but given the disparities and the huge challenges that we have as a result of the legacies of apartheid, it means that we have to invite the private sector to assist us in ensuring that we are able to provide quality education to our learners. This would translate into the provision of textbooks and readers, and generally the environment within which learning and teaching takes place. Now, that is quite huge. Our partnership with AFBOB in particular was initiated some 6 years ago. AFBOB then decided that they would pledge 60 libraries. These would be state-of-the-art mobile libraries, which has books, which has ICT available, and which has a resource person to assist in the promotion of reading as a culture within schools. These are quite phenomenal.
We had a library around here, but because of the civic protest, they banned the library. And our kids had a challenge of doing their homework. When you get into this class, you start reading right from the word go. When you get into it, you can see that really you are in a learning station. And all these things, it is because of the help that we got from AFBOP.
My name is Regina Mukwebo. I'm a teacher here in Selimusang Primary School. I teach English grade 4. We had a lot of challenges before we had a library because learners did not have the foundation for the second language. And then it was very difficult for us because also they speak Setswana at home and their first encounter with English was here at school. So without a library, it was really difficult for us. And then now that we have the library, it has become much, much easier.
This mobile library has helped us a great deal because educators no longer have a challenge of learners having to do their research. They do it here at our school.
If we take care of an egg, look after that egg, step by step, it will work one day. Now these little ones, they will become presidents and doctors of South Africa, and South Africa will be known as the best country because of the education that will be given these little ones.
My name is Zinzin Komo. I'm in grade 7A in Selimusang Primary School. Since we had a library, my language and my marks has really improved.
We acknowledge what we're doing is a drop in the ocean, but we feel for us it is very important. When I was in KwaMashu, I asked the principal if I can go to the private facilities, and she said to me, "Sir, we got a building, but there's nothing working. My apologies." And then I said to her, "Mrs. Biasi, do you mind to take me there?" She took me there, and to me it was a shock. So at that point I made a decision. We will make sure that she will get facilities.
My mom, she used to say the first room to be clean in a home, it is the toilets. So we were like so, inferior because that was not possible with us. But fortunately, AFBOP came to our rescue. The children are learning hygiene.
The president had launched with the Department of Basic Education a sanitation appropriate for education project. This project involves the eradication of pit routines. We look to the private sector to assist. AFBOP has been a very, very important player and has supported us in this particular initiative.
It really has sort of the same ethos behind it. Provide an environment where children can actually learn, where their main consideration is not, am I safe, where do I go to use a loo and that sort of thing. Their main consideration is, can I actually learn, improve myself, be able to perform well at school. That's really the ethos of the company. We are here to make a contribution to everybody that we touch, be it our policyholder, be it our funeral client, be it the communities that we operate in.
You hear in the TV news, the radios, children having fallen into pits, all those dangers. But with us, everything is safe. For me, it's a milestone.